Today, we are diving into one of the simplest yet most powerful things you can do for a healthy pregnancy, and that's staying hydrated. It's a topic that's so easy to overlook, but as you're about to see, it is absolutely essential for both you and your growing baby.
We've all heard the phrase eating for two, right? But let me ask you this. Are you drinking for two? It's such a simple question, but it's so important. Because when you're pregnant, hydration isn't just about quenching your own thirst anymore. It's literally about building the healthiest possible foundation for your baby.
And get this, studies show that around 2/3 of pregnant women are either not meeting the recommendations for hydration or they're just completely unaware of what they are. That is a huge number. It means so many of us might be missing out on a really easy way to support our pregnancy, which is exactly why we're digging into this today.
So here's our game plan. We've broken it all down into 5 key parts. We're going to start with why hydration is so crucial and the risks of falling behind. Then we'll get practical with a daily blueprint, talk about exactly what to drink and what to avoid, and finally share some awesome tips to make it all feel effortless.
Okay, first up, why does your body's need for water suddenly skyrocket when you're pregnant? Let's pull back the curtain and look at the incredible work it's doing behind the scenes.
Just think about it this way. Your body is literally constructing an entire life support system from scratch. Water isn't just a helper in that process, it's the main building block for basically everything, from creating the placenta to massively increasing your own blood volume. Honestly, water has so many vital jobs during pregnancy, it's amazing. Your blood volume can jump by up to 45%, and that requires a ton of fluid to move oxygen and nutrients to your baby. Water also forms the amniotic fluid that cushions and protects your little one. It's the delivery truck for all those essential nutrients. And on top of all that, it helps you manage all those fun pregnancy side effects like UTIs, constipation, and that never-ending fatigue.
Okay, so now that we know why it's so important, let's look at the flip side. What happens when you don't get enough fluids? It's really important to recognize the risks and know the early warning signs.
See, dehydration is way more than just feeling thirsty. It can lead to some really serious complications. For you, it can actually trigger preterm labor contractions and raise your risk for painful UTIs and kidney stones. And for your baby, the risks are just as serious. We're talking low amniotic fluid, poor growth, and even an increased risk for certain birth defects like neurotube defects.
The good news is, your body gives you clues. Feeling thirsty is the obvious one, of course, but you also want to pay attention to things like a dry mouth, suddenly feeling exhausted, getting headaches, or feeling a little dizzy. But probably one of the most reliable signs is the color of your urine.
So, what's the absolute simplest way to keep tabs on your hydration levels at home, without any fancy equipment?
It's the urine color test. It's so simple, but it's incredibly effective. If your urine is a pale, straw-like yellow or pretty much clear, you are doing great. But if it's a dark yellow or amber color, that's your body's way of sending you a little alert telling you, hey, I need more fluids and soon.
All right, so we've covered the why and the what if, so let's get to the solution. What is the actual expert-recommended target that you should be aiming for every single day? The American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists gives us a really clear goal: 8 to 12 cups of fluid per day. That's about 64 to 96 ounces. That number should be your daily target. But, and this is a really key detail, that does not have to be all plain water. Your total fluid intake includes other drinks like milk and even the liquid in things like soup. Plus, you can eat your water. Water-rich foods like watermelon, cucumbers, and oranges all count toward hitting that daily goal. Okay, so with that daily goal in mind, let's get into the specifics of what you should be drinking. We're going to break down which drinks are your best friends during pregnancy and which ones you really want to limit or just plain avoid. Water is, of course, your number one choice. It's the champion. But other fantastic options are things like pasteurized milk, coconut water for extra electrolytes, and safe herbal teas like ginger and peppermint. Now, on the other hand, it is a hard no for alcohol. There's simply no safe amount during pregnancy. You'll also want to steer clear of sugary sodas, avoid any unpasteurized drinks, and keep a close eye on your caffeine.
And let's talk a little more about that caffeine limit, because I know that's a big one for a lot of us. The consensus is to keep it under 200 milligrams a day. So to put that into perspective, that's roughly one standard 12-ounce cup of coffee. So you don't necessarily have to give it up completely, but you do need to be really mindful of how much you're having.
We know that life gets busy, and trying to hit that 8 to 12 cup goal can sometimes feel like a chore. So let's wrap up with some incredibly practical tips to build hydration right into your day so it feels totally effortless.
Seriously, these are game changers. Make it a habit to carry a water bottle with you everywhere you go. It's the best visual reminder. If you have to, set alarms on your phone. Get creative and eat your water with hydrating snacks. And if plain water gets boring, just infuse it with some lemon, mint, or berries. And a fantastic way to get a head start is to chug a full glass of water right when you wake up.
Okay, now we have to address the elephant in the room for so many women, especially in that first trimester: morning sickness. How in the world are you supposed to stay hydrated when you just feel nauseous all the time?
The strategy here is all about being smart. First, sip. Don't gulp. Trying to drink a huge amount of liquid at once can actually make nausea worse. Second, cold temperatures are your friend. Ice chips, popsicles, or just very cold, clear drinks are often way easier to tolerate. And third, ginger is a classic remedy for nausea, so a warm cup of ginger tea can both hydrate you and help settle your stomach.
So if you're going to walk away remembering just 2 things, let it be these. First, aim for 8 to 12 cups of fluid every single day. And second, use that super simple urine color test to check in on yourself. Pale yellow is the goal.
And I want to leave you with this thought. With all the things to think about during pregnancy, staying hydrated is one of the easiest and most powerful things you have direct control over. It's such a simple act, but it has truly profound benefits for both you and your baby.
So let's make this actionable right now. What is one small change you can make today, right after this, to boost your hydration? Maybe it's just going to fill up a water bottle. Or maybe it's setting that first reminder on your phone. Whatever it is, taking that one small step is what really matters.